anybody like to kick it off? Simon?
Fabian, congratulations. That felt like a big result for Brighton, the history and the night itself.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very pleased for the club and pleased for the supporters, because I think it was not the second time away in Manchester. It's not the closest place to go, and they supported us again. They spent a lot of money, they spent a lot of time to do this, and therefore I'm really pleased for them and also for the club.
Simon?
Danny Welbeck obviously used to play here. He's come back here a few times and scored. Could you just kind of encapsulate what he is to your football club and what he is as a player?
I think to describe him the best is to say that he's a role model on the pitch, role model beside the pitch, great connector in the team, prepares well for training, regenerates well afterwards. So he's a role model for all the young players, and I think he proved another time that he's a great goal scorer. He's there in the right moment. I think he missed a big chance in the first half, but good goal scorers never give up. They're always ready. And in the moment we needed him, he was there.
You made a few changes to the team. So how proud and how much good do you think it'll do from going forward that they were able to pull off this result with the changes?
I think it's very important to understand. I'm not just making changes to change. First of all, I really have a big trust into the players. I have a big trust into every player in our squad. Second of all, they really deserve to play because they give everything in every training session. They're there to help us. And they proved it today that if we need them, they are there, and that speaks especially for our togetherness. And I think it's the main bit, and it's very important for the second part of the season.
Just on the red card, did you have any empathy for Shea Lacey just being 18 years old and the referee having to give him that second red?
I have no idea what happened, so I was so far away, so I can't comment on that.
Oh, just one other thing, Fabian, on Danny. How much do you do, and is it a two-way conversation in terms of managing his minutes and the way you use him? Because you left him out the starting lineup at City, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. So we had a daily exchange, and I think it's very important to get his thoughts, then the thoughts from the medical team, because they manage him well so far, and then in the end it's my decision. But overall we know that he always wants to play, but in certain moments you need to manage the player well. You need to manage his health, because it's a long season, it's a busy season, and therefore I'm quite pleased how my medical department managed it so far. And I know that Danny Welbeck wants to play every game, but in certain moments you need to take responsibility for that.
Fabian, that's back-to-back 90 minutes for Pascal Gross since he's came back to the club. Can you sum up what he brings to the midfield and perhaps what you were lacking previously and what he's added to that?
I wouldn't speak about that we missed something. I would speak more about what he gives us, and he gives us maturity. He gives us calmness in certain moments. He gives us a lot of running, so he's capable of running a lot. Not always in a high speed, but in a good speed to defend, and a good speed to understand and define the rhythm of the game. So it's very important. And beside the pitch, he's like Danny, a great connector. He takes care of the players, of the young players. And I think that's very important for us.
And the first time Brighton have ever beaten Manchester United in the FA Cup, how satisfying is that to put that record to bed and for the supporters?
I think I said at the beginning of the press that I'm really pleased for the club. I'm really pleased for the supporters, because they deserve it. All the employees in the club worked hard for this, and therefore it's quite satisfying. And now we have to recover well, and then we continue in the Premier League.
Were you pleased with how quiet your team managed to keep the crowd, particularly in the second half? You really seems to be a reflection and a measure of how well your team managed the game.
Yeah, I think that was the key. Like at the beginning, we were a little bit lucky. They had a big chance, but how we get back into the game was because we stayed calm. We tried to find solutions. They pressed high, they pressed man to man, but really made really good decisions in open play. And I think this gives us a chance to create something like this. We also scored the first goal, and then afterwards we were better in the game. And especially in the second half, it was a good balance between the defense stability and controlling the game in possession. In the end, I think the goal comes a little bit out of nowhere. It was a corner. It was a little bit like a lucky punch, and then the dynamic changed again. The dynamic the atmosphere, the environment was chaotic, was loud, but especially in these moments, I think my players managed well.
Fabian, your wide players look like trying to pin Man United back. Was that kind of a key focus to try and limit the effectiveness? Because obviously seeing Jordan and Darren recently played very hard.
Yeah, it was very difficult to prepare for that game because we could only analyze one game that was against Burnley, so the focus was really on us, sticking to our principles, sticking to our style of play, and that's what we tried to do from minute one. That we tried to control the game, had the positioning like we want to have it. So it was really the focus on us because it was difficult to prepare for United. Of course, we tried to prepare the team regarding the individual players they might face, but it was only a guessing.
Congratulations on the win, Fabian. When you look at the third round this weekend, it's been fairly wild, isn't it? Some of the results, and it's been great. You see what happened to Crystal Palace last season, winning the cup and then going out to a non-league side this season. First of all, what are your feelings about the FA Cup? And secondly, how much have you thought about the possibility of Brighton actually winning the first trophy?
So first of all, I love competitions. I love cup games because it's always a do or die. So you always have to be on your highest level. It's most of the times 90 minutes, sometimes 120 minutes to win this game. So I really like these kind of cup competitions. And to answer about my thought, it's really about going step by step. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
Well done. Thanks, guys.